Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Wim Lu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong on this snowy Thursday. It is minus 15 outside, and we just got 30 centimeters of snow. Welcome home, Kawhi Leonard. It just so happens that the Clippers are in town as this snowstorm has hit the greater Toronto area. What's good, my brother?
Man, nice and cozy Thursday. Can you you go into the game tomorrow? Can you please say what up to Law Murray of Clippers Media for me? Tell him there's a huge fan. There's a huge fan here in Toronto. Yeah.
Law is one of the Athletics Clippers reporter,
hmm
and he's been known to have some like tense back and forth with Kawhi. Feels like Kawhi's annoyed at him a little bit. If I just
See,
have to read the body language,
I see the narrative of that, and I'm like, I mean, we dealt with Kawhi a little bit, of course, here in Toronto. That's just Kawhi. Like,
yeah, it's true.
I don't think Kawhi's actually has an agenda against Law. Yeah. Do you think he knows Law Murray's name? Yeah.
Well, I don't think Kawhi necessarily likes to follow the law, so
Oh God.
not the laws of the CBA. That's for
Oh
damn sure.
man, yeah. No. Anyways, great win by
Um,
the Raps last night. Over the corpse, that is the Indiana
oh
Pacers.
come on, man. We didn't. We only had
Um,
like 8 guys available yesterday. We still got that done.
Gritty
You know.
dig, baby. Gillette, let us free the video, man.
Free the video
Please,
today would be the perfect time to drop it. He finally
please,
hit 20 and 10.
please, man. It's snowing. Everybody can be home watching him shave.
Yes.
No, NBA banter today. You know, we got a lot
Banter,
of
banter, banter.
lot of heated rivalries to talk about.
Sick.
Have a destination wedding topic at the end that I want to pick your brain about. But first, the Raptors cannot escape the Anthony Davis trade rumors. So it was initially reported earlier this week by Shams Charania that AD was going to have surgery on his hand and be out for the rest of the season. And Anthony Davis went on Twitter and said lies. And then
Lies. I typed
few,
it with my fingers. I'm fine.
a few hours later, it was corrected to Anthony Davis is going to be evaluated in 6 weeks. So his season might not be over yet, but 6 weeks would take us past the trade deadline in early February. So everybody thought, okay, maybe AD is just going to stay with the Mavs, but Mark Stein, Jake Fisher from Mark Stein's newsletter reported that Toronto is still among the teams that has maintained trade interests in Anthony Davis. And again, the offer I think we've talked about is going to be built around some sort of, a combination of Emmanuel quickly or Jakob Pertl along with RJ to make the money work. Yeah, Raptors are still interested in Anthony Davis. Are you surprised by this?
uh, I guess this has been out there for a while. Like, this is at least like a month into the AD sweepstakes. It doesn't even feel like a sweepstake because like no one else is like clamoring. Even Atlanta, who have lots of expiring contracts, a glaring hole at center. Um, Even them, which I feel like they could easily put together a better package than what Toronto could put together, just based on the fact that they have a short-term salary that's expiring versus Toronto's trying to give them basically extended contracts that aren't really valuable at the moment. It's like if Atlanta really wanted to get this deal done, it feels like they can get it done tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So, it doesn't quite feel like a sweepstakes, but yeah, I mean, I think from Toronto's side, like, look, we can't be ignorant to the fact that Anthony Davis is an amazing player, right? Like, I think that there is like a significant upside that comes with this. AD would be one of the best, like probably be the best big we had since Chris Bosh.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
is that saying too much?
no, I mean, I think it's the same scenario as like when Kawhi Leonard came here, and it was like, oh, Kawhi is arguably going to be the best, player the Raptors have ever had. Like Anthony Davis would arguably be the best big man that the Raptors have ever had if you
Yeah,
put up the resume, right?
like fully healthy, and if you put the resume up, I think so. I mean, granted, I think where I disagree with you on the Kawhi point is like this is like he's way older than Kawhi and actually more injury prone than Kawhi is at this current moment. But yeah, I mean, I think there is a significant upside. You know, the Raptors have been playing a lot of small ball. They've been actually getting away with it, to be honest, because like CMB has been so awesome stepping up in that role, and him and Scotty have formed like an incredible pairing. But I mean, you add Anthony Davis to any defense, that defense improves, man. And like, we've seen lineups this season where it's been like Sandro Mamukelashvili at center. Like, come on, man. Like, defensively, it'll just be a huge improvement. Offensively, I would love to get AD back to playing around the basket and not so much of like the weird slow jab stepping and then pull up for mid range type of offense I saw in Dallas. It felt like Dallas. He was just like, oh, it's 2010 again. I'm gonna play like Zach Randolph or like LaMarcus Aldridge. That felt a little strange, but obviously AD is a premier offensive talent. No one's really questioning his abilities, quite frankly. It's just the fact that like he's not available most of the time. I mean, he's literally injured right now. The earliest you can get him back is like mid March. And you look ahead to the amount of money left on his contract. He's at like 56 this year, then 58. And then he's going to have a player option where he's going to want a extension. And obviously this is being controlled by Rich Paul and Clutch. Like, Rich is obviously definitely a big proponent of Toronto. Okay, we got that confirmed by Fred VanVleet that, Rich is always going to keep a guy up here. We already got Brandon Ingram up here, partially because of the Clutch connection. So, I'm sure that even his agent might be pushing him in this direction to some degree, but at the same time, like you'd have to basically ask yourself, like, what's the number that you can extend him at right now? And of course, like a lot can change in a year, right? Like if he suffers another injury, which obviously that's a huge possibility, or if it doesn't work out and the team doesn't gel together, then you have to have at least an exit ramp. So I'm not going into this like with a promised extension the same way the Raptors did when they had the trade talks for Brandon Ingram. Like when they traded for him, they knew exactly what the extension was going to be, and they signed it about a week after he landed in Toronto. With AD, I'd honestly, if there is an understanding of an extension, assuming everything went right, I think I'd look at it in like the $40 million range, and I maybe add 2 more years to the deal because I really don't want to add a lot of tenure to his current contract. And then I think on the flip side, it's just like, in order to acquire AD, again, like, because presumably the Hawks can just give them expiring salaries. Basically the Trae Young deal, right? Because, like, Trae Young got CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. I think Kispert has a couple more years, but...
Hey, Kispert's a problem.
Yeah. Kispert's a decent. Honestly, CJ was kind of decent, too. He was just gunning like crazy in his first game against the Lakers. But, like, they have expiring contracts they can just throw in there. So, basically, Dallas can say, we can give AD away for free, right? Versus with Toronto, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the long-term appeal is for guys like IQ and Jakob. I can hear the case for IQ, concerning the case that Dallas needs a point guard and maybe, a guy who could play off-ball, complement a ball-handling wing player like Cooper Flagg. You can kind of talk me into, like, a bit of long-term value for IQ, but what about Jakob? I mean, Jakob, you'd have to assume his back is completely healthy going forward. He's a solid center at that rate. But as of right now, I think they'll be both negative assets. And so you probably have to put in RJ, which really, really eats into this deal for me because the Raptors already have issues scoring. And if you lose RJ, then you really have issues scoring. And then, of course, you probably have to throw in at least 1 first-round pick. You know what I mean? So maybe if you feel confident about how the Raptors are going to be this year, you throw in this year's first-round pick. You go for it this year, assuming that pick's going to be, like, in the 20s. But if things don't work out, and if you give up even a second additional first-round pick on top of that, then you're really looking at a situation where you might be locking yourself into an injury-prone center at the cost of a first-round pick, which is kind of how, the whole Jakob situation happened. So, I don't know. Like, I see both sides, man. And on any given day, I can be talking to either position, but, where are you willing to roll a dice on AD like this?
I think it depends on just, like, the value proposition, right? Like, are you able to buy low right now and get Davis at a certain price in terms of trade assets, and also, like you mentioned, get Davis at a reasonable price on an extension. And, like, we talked about all the injuries. Like, the most alarming stat I saw is, like, since he's joined the Mavs, he hasn't played in more than 5 straight games. Yeah, like, that's wow. That's an incredible lack of availability, right? Especially because you're bringing him in hoping that you're going to make playoff runs with him, hoping, of course, that he's going to be available in the regular season. And I still look at it from the Mavs standpoint, too. Like, what kind of trade do they want to make for AD? Because, like, from a public standpoint, this is the piece that you got for Luka Dončić. And are you willing to just trade him for, like, expiring contracts?
You're basically trading Luka for expirings at this point, man.
For Vic Krejci.
I guess they could get Max Christie.
No, but it's decent, like, from a public point of view, is it in the Raptors' advantage? Because the Raptors are actually offering players that are locked in long term, right?
Okay.
But
a Zag.
I don't feel like IQ is a player that they would be interested in. Like, we can talk back and forth about IQ's play this season. He's just not a positive trade asset right now. And like
Yeah.
we've heard talks about, the Raptors wanting to attach him with a pick to potentially, I don't know, like make a trade with Sacramento, maybe in this AD deal.
Maybe Trae Young.
Yeah, but there's just not. I don't think IQ on that long-term contract. If he's not appealing to Toronto, why would he be appealing to these other teams, right? Like unless you throw in RJ, I can see RJ being an attractive asset.
Yeah, his
for
contract's shorter.
for
He's
the
cheaper,
Mavs.
and
He's still
been
young,
better.
like right. He's still in that age. Like you could,
Well, I
the
mean,
Mavs
IQ's,
could.
he's like the same age as IQ.
Yeah, but it's like IQ right now. Like you would take RJ over IQ in terms of just trade value. And I think, you could talk yourself into, okay, we build around like, Cooper Flag, RJ, whoever else. I don't think Jakob is of interest to the Mavs. Like they already have like 7 Jakobs. Like they got Dwight Powell. They got Daniel Gafford. Like the last thing they need is another big, even with Anthony Davis going out the door, I feel like. And then you talk about the draft picks too. Like how many picks are you going to give up? Like at the end of the day, it still feels like too heavy of an investment to get AD. But I think Raptors are staying in these talks because, like, they, like you mentioned, you've always said, like, they love to shop in the Walmart discount DVD pile. And it's like, who knows? Like, AD might get to a certain price that is so low that it's worth it for the Raptors to swing the deal, right?
Okay. If the price gets to Jakob, RJ, and a first, like this year's first, let's say, would you do it?
I would think long and hard about it. I think this would be a deal that I think, but then the other component is like, okay, we make that deal, but you got to tell me what's the price for AD too, right? For the extension.
I mean, the extension. The thing is, like, I have trouble promising them extension ahead of time because who knows where his health is going to be 2 years from now,
Sure.
and also what his fit is going to be with the team, in that time, right? So, like, at least with Brandon, you knew he was an expiring contract. Well, he had a player option, but he was always going to turn that down, and he was going to sign. Like, the Raptors weren't building for much at that point anyway, so like I was always happy to extend Brandon, especially considering the rate was like below the max. I don't have that assurance with AD, man. Like you can't just tell me like, I'm gonna promise to give you $50 million on an extension after this year, when it's like I don't know what his health is gonna be. Do you know what I mean?
They need to put in like a games played clause or something, man.
Sure, maybe they negotiate that. I actually would love that.
Just like some kind of escalator or something, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Because like obviously that will really hurt you. But like maybe it's like a pay as you go situation.
Yeah, this guy gets paid per game.
You got to honestly, I would definitely pay AD per game, but again, if you look at it from Rich Paul's side, you're like, okay, you're looking at the free agency market. Free agency's dead. Like nobody does free agency anymore. Like even the Trae Young trade, that's basically like, all right, he could hit free agency, but instead we're just gonna trade him for like expiring contracts. You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna be going to free agency and signing like a brand new max contract. That's not gonna happen no more. So I think that if you're Rich Paul, you understand that Dallas is not going to extend him. He doesn't really fit in Dallas. He's actually every time people look at AD, they're reminded of Luka. Like they need to get rid of him like yesterday. So whatever team you get him to, though, they have to sign the extension there. So as an agent, like if you're Rich Paul and you get traded to Toronto, and Toronto says, yeah, we're not going to give you an extension right now. It could still happen. We'll leave the door open. Would you really want to like actually guide your player there? Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, the fit with Atlanta feels better just because they have more expiring contracts and a couple extra firsts to trade. And, they need a center. But, I don't know. For me, it's interesting because I always get the impression, and I don't know about you, but, like, do you feel like the Raptors front office values RJ as much as, like, maybe us in the media or even us fans value RJ?
I feel like RJ's always talked about as just a piece that they'd be willing to trade.
He's just another guy
in any deal. What up, Rowan? No, but I think.
No, but is that fair?
I don't think it is.
Like the perception from New York just carried with them.
No, I do think we should take a step back and kind of, just look at the numbers alone. I think they're like 14-5 this season when RJ's in the lineup, and just based on the eye test too, right? Like the offense definitely is humming way more when he's on the floor, and all of that stuff. So, it is interesting to me that he's linked to all these trades, and some of that I guess is because the contracts make sense and stuff.
Sure.
But I would not be opposed to the Raptors bringing RJ back on a long-term deal instead. Well, instead of throwing him into these trades. But I think the Raptors are just running into a problem where they have too many contracts right now, especially tied to the starting lineup, and not all of them are positive right now.
I do think that the Raptors are also like a prime team that needs a consolidation trade, right? Like you even saw the game last night. Like the team was down like 8 guys basically, and they still played really well. And with more freedom to play and a much more guaranteed and like a longer leash, basically, like guys like Grady and Ochai both played really well. Now, granted, I don't know. I still don't want to like have those players long term necessarily. Grady, I'll give another year or two just to see. But I'll keep the door open. Ochai, I'm just like, it's good that the trade value went up a little bit. But like,
what if Ochai was signed to Gillette, man? Yeah.
I mean, he's a very handsome guy. He should be in some ads, but maybe not in Toronto. But like, I just feel like, yeah, like a consolidation trade would be there because like the Raptors do have a lot of like equivalent level guys that are just sitting there. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good position to have when you're like, trying to make a trade. The issue is like obviously all the starters, like they're all getting paid big money. And, if you're going to make a major trade, you have to involve one of the starters. Otherwise, it's almost kind of pointless. You know what I mean? You can fiddle around the edges and like duck the tax and be like, oh, Ochai for Nick Richards. It's like, okay, cool. But like ultimately, like if you're going to try to level this team up, you're going to have to move around one of your starters. And honestly, that impetus is coming sooner than later with RJ. Because you go into this off season, you either extend RJ or RJ's going to an expiring year, kind of knowing that like, okay, the future is not here in Toronto. You're basically gonna have another situation where next year you're gonna look to move him, if you're not convinced. And again, like I don't know why the front office is not ultimately that convinced in RJ. I would be more than happy to have him on the Raptors, but that's the impression you always get from them. So in any case, like a major move is gonna come eventually. Maybe this is not the off ramp with Anthony Davis. It's probably not, with John Morant. I've definitely never heard the enthusiasm for John Morant. And who knows, man? I mean, I hope it's not Sabonis because
Jake
that's
Fisher,
the one that stresses me like crazy, man.
Jake Fisher did also report that the Raptors still have interest in Domantas Sabonis, but he did say it's going to be tricky for the two teams to come to a deal because again, the Raptors are going to be looking to throw in a combination of like quickly RJ or Jakob. Mm-hmm. And the Kings reportedly do not want long-term salary on their books right now. So.
Oh, really? Hey, the Kings are in no position to demand anything, okay? And this is why. Because the Kings, I mean, last night they actually got a win over the Knicks. The Knicks are really crashing out these days, but whatever.
Not my East favorite.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's looking tough for the East favorites. But here's one of my favorite tweets, actually, that I've seen in basketball over the last, like, I don't even know, like 2 years, basically, where it details just how bad of a position the Sacramento Kings are. I'm going to put this up here just so everyone can see it. But so the Kings obviously are struggling this year. I think they just got their 10th win yesterday, so congratulations to them.
Precious Achiuwa was a problem.
Yo, Precious Achiuwa was a problem. He was talking that shit before the game, too. He was like, the Knicks, he was like, how come? So I think someone said like the Knicks bench was bad last year, and he was like, how do you know if you didn't try it? And I was like, yo, is that a Tibbs dig? I was like, from Precious Achiuwa? You play on the Kings right now, man. But here's the tweet, okay? This is from Basketball University. The Sacramento Kings have the worst offense in the NBA, but at least they also have the 27th best defense in the NBA. They're the worst rebound percentage in the league, 29th in true shooting percentage, no cap space this summer, 29th in average age by minutes played at 29.8 years. A complete disaster. So we're talking about a team that's not good on offense, not good on defense, very expensive, very old. It's almost impossible to get yourself into this management position. But yeah, I mean, this is why I guess like I don't want to hear it from them when they're like, oh, we're too good for IQ, we're too good for Jakob. No, you're not, man. Look at your team, bro.
You tell me they got no jobs, no hope, no cash.
No, all they got is DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, man.
Well, it's a no from both sides too, because I don't think a lot of Raptors fans are that excited hearing that the return is Domantas Sabonis. So
yeah,
exactly. I think it's a no from both sides. I
don't want to commit that much money to Domantas. Man.
You see the way obviously Trey was dumped to Washington because Atlanta just wanted to get out of giving Trae Young committing to him long term, and I think we're gonna see a similar trade if the Pelicans ever do it with Zion if they're not committed to him long term. If I were the Raptors, I would zag and just buy low on that.
Dog,
would you rather jump through all these hoops, give up all these assets for AD, or would you take a way lesser price and just take a chance on Zion? And Zion already had like a weight clause in his contract, so I feel like you could build in these clauses into his contract. I would rather just take a risk there And then you probably don't have to include RJ in the deal. Pelicans would just be looking for draft picks, I would want to say. And then you want to make the contracts work. Like, why not take a chance on Zion?
If there's two agendas you love on this show, is I still believe in Zion and I still believe in the Clippers.
Hey, that's coming up. That's coming up.
January
That's coming
Clippers
up. Chill. That's
coming up, man.
Yeah.
No, but
Why not though? The price will be a lot lower. You probably don't have to really commit that much long term.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If the Raptors brought Zion and Brandon Ingram back together, it's kind of a JV version of the Kings bringing DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine back together, man. Some duos got to stay apart. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna take a chance on a big, like, why not Zion instead of AD?
I'm not even saying this because you're here, but it's like marrying your ex-wife.
Oh God, please, man. There must have been another. There must have been something else you could have said, man.
I'm sorry.
There's no way that was
it's like it's like moving back to your old apartment. How about
that?
No,
okay. God, man, that seemed very pointed and personal.
No, I was trying not to look at you when I said that.
No, I know I told you pre-show is the 10th anniversary of my divorce, but goodness.
Not cool, Will. Not cool.
Yeah, you didn't have to bring that on air. This is like the time we were at Sportsnet and you somehow said my parents were divorced.
They're not. They're
and
so
then my
happy
mom's
together.
like, good show today. That was tough, man. No, I get it, but I'm just saying.
I do love the idea of Zion though. Like,
if you get Zion, all I'm saying is like the Raptors love to see if the price lowers on these guys, and if the price of Zion lowers to a point where you can just take a risk, like I don't know.
Well, this is the thing. It's like I feel like the price of stars are lower. It's lower than it ever has been.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago, when the Grizzlies were coming up and they were like doing the dance with Dylan Brooks and everything, and they were second in the West, you'd be like, okay, who's more valuable as a trade asset, Ja Morant or Desmond Bane? You'd be like, ja Morant, of course, right? This guy's like gonna be the face of the league. Like people are talking about, like we need an American face, whatever. You look at it now. Desmond Bane just got traded in offseason for 5 first-round picks, and I'm not sure Ja Morant will bring back 1.
Well, this is the thing. Luka only brought back 1 pick. Trae Young only brought back 1 pick.
Did he? I don't think there was a pick, was there?
Oh yeah, there was no pick.
It was straight up 0
picks.
Yeah.
So Luka and Trae Young together brought back 1 pick combined.
Yeah. We got Ingram for 1 pick. That wasn't ours.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
AD... Mikal Bridges is going for 5 picks, but that's why it's like there was a period of time, and obviously second apron, all this stuff changes everything. But 3 summers ago, like every star was going for 5 picks. Rudy Gobert was going for 5.
Yep.
DeJounte Murray went for 5. Right? Like
that's actually absurd.
No, but the price got set.
Sorry,
the price got set at 5 picks.
Yeah.
And now there's been a bit of a reset now because now there's all these players that are going to be extension eligible that teams just cannot afford or want to pay anymore, right? Like I think in the old NBA, the Hawks probably extend Trae Young and then figure it out later.
Yeah.
But you can't do that now.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just saying like the price for Zion today is going to be the cheapest it's ever going to be.
Well, I don't know actually.
I'm just saying, man.
Zion's actually played decent. I mean, it's not led to much winning, but he's actually played decent. Obviously, the Pelicans are 10-23. Wow, they're actually the worst. They're actually behind Sacramento. Sacramento's got 11 wins. My bad, Sacramento. No, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be tons of cheap stars available on the market. Eventually, like the Clippers are gonna be like, all right, we had enough of the Harden Kawhi experience.
Nah, bro. Not after they win the chip. Yeah.
Memphis is selling.
Memphis is selling nothing.
No, I mean, you could get a bunch of tier 2 guys. Like the Knicks, obviously, like if they're struggling this year, and they can't get over the top. And by the way, the Knicks are only 1 game ahead of the Raptors. Like it's actually kind of incredible, right? Like we're really only 1 game back of the Knicks, as of right now. It's like, you could see some of the Knicks guys drawing loose and going free, and maybe ultimately, obviously, they may make the Giannis trade, they may not. Philadelphia might dump their stars. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like stars are cheap right now, man. So like if you don't want to get AD, you could wait for the next
Let's go get Embiid next year, bro.
Would you rather get Embiid or AD?
Oh my god. Oh man, honestly, that's so tough. I think I would go with AD, man. I just can't
You
have
would?
Embiid on my team. Yeah, I just can't, man.
You're just principally you can't.
Well,
No, it's
Embiid's
kind of
just
it's
Embiid
weird. It's weird.
also has bad energy, man. Let's not
Oh,
forget he
100% bad energy.
punched a reporter last year. Remember when Pompey's like, somebody just got knocked out in the Sixers locker room?
Yo, he's gonna end Josh Lewenberg, man.
Yo.
He's gonna finish what Eric Moreland could. Have
Yo,
started.
that's insane, man. Yo, shout out
That's
to
a
J.
J.
Lou.
Lou.
Yo, it's like, yo, report. Embiid has Michael Granger in a headlock.
Granger, you're like, yo, Granger's got a hip replacement. They're
Yeah,
like, replace it again.
Yeah, he's going for the hip. No, neither of those, man. But anyways, those are the Raptors trade rumors.
Yeah.
They continue to swirl. They're the exact same as they were before. So
By the way, there's a good. I would hear the case for also just standing pat. I know it's not sexy. I know this team's not perfect, but this team has really good chemistry. And
Yeah.
it's hard to just like disrupt that right now with like a major trade. You know what I mean?
no, I think that's fair. But also, everybody's always like, "Yo, Bobby, do your job." He's doing his job right now. Canvassing the league, seeing what the value is.
Yeah,
So
of course.
you always have to. So shout out to Bobby. Give me more tickets. There's been a lot
Texting
of
the GM for tickets.
there's been a lot of
We are not the same.
talk about heated rivalry.
Uh-huh.
And we got a couple heated rivalries going on in the NBA right now.
That's right.
First one we're going to talk about is Luka Dončić versus former friend of the other program, Dennis Schröder. So recently in a Lakers-Kings game, Luka and Schröder, two big trash talkers got into it, and cameras caught Luka saying that, telling Dennis that he should have signed that contract a few years ago. This is referring to when he was having a great season with the Lakers, right?
Oof.
And he reportedly turned down a pretty lucrative long-term deal, and then ended up having to bounce around on minimum contracts. And after the game, Schröder quote unquote attempted to wait in the tunnel and run up on Luka, and was suspended 3 games for it. Now we don't know the exact details because Dennis did go on IG and was like, "What do you mean attempted?" Insinuating that he did get a punch in on Luka. And Shams Charania did report that Luka has been calling Dennis the B word for the last few games going back to the offseason.
So
Did they
juvenile, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
did they play internationally?
Yeah, of
they
course,
must
man.
have talked trash internationally as well.
It's all this beef from Eurobasket, man.
Yeah. We know Luka loves to talk. But,
of course.
Are you interested in this beef at all? Does this beef, ignite anything in you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a couple of things. Number one, like it's just fun to have beefs in the league. I think Dennis Schröder is a guy who's a prickly character who has gotten into a lot of beefs with a lot of guys over the years. Obviously we had like half a season with Dennis in Toronto where we did a lot of interviews with Dennis in that time. I'm sure he made some enemies in Toronto as well. Not gonna expose everything, but he's just like he's a big character, do you know what I mean? But he's also, more than anything else, he's really prideful. Like, I do feel bad for him, man. Like, it is kind of a low blow to be going after his money like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about his play, like, oh, that shot's a brick, or you can't shoot, or you can't guard me, all that stuff. Even if you call someone a B word, like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of hoops. Like, I've definitely done all of that. But like, to go after the money is just like, damn, dog. Like, you should get slapped a little bit for that.
And
man.
you
It's
know,
just
and you
rude,
know you're
bro.
hitting Dennis where it really hurts.
Yeah, of course, because like this guy had to like grind it out on like on veteran, like I guess the mid level ever since. Like, this guy's the perpetual mid level player. Like, the Raptors signed him to a mid level. Before that, he was on the mid level. Now he's on the mid level again. It's just like, he's been traded like 5 different places. He. Like, since the Lakers, where has he gone, man? So since the Lakers run, he has.
He went to Boston.
He is. Oh yeah, he went to Boston.
He went to Boston.
Yo, there's a Dennis Schröder jersey from Boston.
And then I think he got traded to Houston.
Yeah.
And then he came to Toronto, I think, and then he went to Brooklyn, right?
He went to Brooklyn. I remember
he was in Detroit, wasn't he? In Detroit?
I remember Dennis got like super mad that he got moved to Brooklyn like that.
Yeah.
And then
he was in Detroit last year.
The first time he came back, he was like, "Yo, this team's not serious about winning." And I'm like, "You mean Brooklyn or Toronto?" I was like, "Which team are you talking about?"
No, he's definitely
brother?
collecting like the whole rainbow of jerseys.
Yeah. No, but he was on the Lakers, went to the Rockets, went back to the Lakers, went to Brooklyn, went to Toronto, went to Detroit last year, and now he's on Sacramento. It's just like, I do feel bad for him, especially considering the fact that he has a family and stuff. Like, he's got 3 kids and he's got a wife,
Yeah.
and every time he goes to places, he wants to like settle down and like stay at a. I don't know. Whatever. On a human level, obviously, I'm partial to Dennis in a way, just because we
Oh
did talk
yeah,
to him a
he
lot.
made a pit stop in Golden State. Jack
Yeah, he was in Golden State.
Remember,
too.
because he's like, my son's favorite player is Steph Curry, and he's like, oh, he couldn't believe that Steph is here, and then 10 days later he was gone.
Yo, I didn't even know it was possible to trade a player twice. On
Okay,
the same
I
window.
need a Dennis Schroeder Warriors jersey, man. You know what? I need a Schroeder and Chris Paul Warriors jersey. Those are
What
my
number,
2 Warriors
What
legends.
number do you think he wore for?
I'm gonna say
Warriors, man.
97.
I think he wore. I believe he wore 71 because I think.
Yeah,
17
Price is right. I can't go over. I'm going 97.
So I think he wore 71
Yeah.
when he was with the Warriors. I believe because 17 is like Chris Mullins' number, right? So it's like a retired.
Yeah.
So
Damn, that's crazy. Yo, he turned it upside down.
It was the same
7-1
thing
now.
with the Celtics, because the Celtics have a million jerseys retired. 17
That's
is probably
right.
like JoJo White or something.
No, Celtic. Well, every player on the Celtics is JoJo White. If you really think about it.
So yeah,
I love how the Celtics only have like 13 numbers available, man.
yeah, you play for the Celtics, you gotta wear a number.
Kata's like, what do you
50s,
mean I gotta wear 88 or whatever? It's like, yo, it's either 69 or 88. Make your pick.
No, at one point, like, they checked in the game, it's like number 28, Hugo Gonzalez, number 54 or 55, Luka Garza. I'm like, all right, man.
Do you think in like 4 decades the Celtics actually have to unretire some numbers?
They're like, guys, can we go into the hundreds?
Holy, they're gonna be those summer league refs wearing like 170.
No, because they're gonna retire more of their jerseys. Like, they're
Yeah.
definitely retiring 0 for Tatum. They're definitely
Tatum's
retiring
gone.
like
Yeah.
Jalen
Brown's
7.
probably getting retired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yo,
gonna lose a lot.
I don't think you could wear numbers 0 to 11 on the Celtics.
No,
man.
it's like 0 to 33, man. It's like up to Bird. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on this Luka Dennis thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Oh, by the way, here's a list of retired Celtics. Okay.
Oh God.
Double zeros retired.
For who?
Robert Parrish.
Oh right, the
Double
Chief.
zero. He might be
Yeah.
the original double zero wearer, to be honest, because
He
like, I
might
feel
be.
like double zero was not a big number.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't make sense to put double zero. I'm sorry, like just this. It's just, you know what I mean. Like
Double
what
zero's
about,
kind of sick though.
what about 0-1 then? Why can't
No,
you wear 0-1?
Double zero is the first jersey zag ever.
Yo, double zero doesn't make sense, man.
No, man, it's like a
Still
roulette
one
move.
significant digit.
It's like
I
a
don't care.
roulette move. Yeah.
1 is retired for Walter Brown, who is the founder/owner.
Okay.
So they retired a number just for the
Yo,
owner.
even their guys named Brown or White. Yeah.
Absolutely. Damn. Speaking of which, number 2 is retired. Do you know
For
who number 2?
who?
Red Auerbach.
Red War 2?
No, he was just the second like biggest name, I guess, with the Celtics.
Yeah.
He retired 2 just for Red.
Oh my God.
Number 3 is retired for Dennis Johnson. So far, right now, 4 and 5 are still for grabs.
Okay. Yeah,
6 is
yeah.
obviously Bill Russell. The University retired around the NBA.
Yeah.
7 is still available, but I think Jaylen Brown will get his jersey retired there. 8 and 9 are available. Then 10 is JoJo White. 14 is Bob Cousy. 15 is Tommy Heinsohn. 16 is Tom Sack Sanders. I'm not familiar with his game. 17 is John Havlicek. That's why Dennis Schroeder had to wear 71. 18 is Dave Cowens. 19 is Don Nelson. 21 is Bill Sharman. 22, Ed McClawley. 23, Frank Ramsey. 24, Sam Jones. 25, Casey Jones. 31, Cedric Maxwell. 32, Kevin McHale. 33, Larry Bird. 34, Paul Pierce. 35, Reggie Lewis. Unbelievable, man.
No, I'm telling you, like, yeah, just what you listed just now, there's only like 9 numbers available, like between 0 to 35, and those are pretty generic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Yeah. Well, hopefully the Raptors, one day get to that point.
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. We'll have 7 and 15 and 10. Those are going up,
Yep.
I still
You
feel
think 10's
nasty.
going up?
10's going up, man.
You think 10's going up?
Has anyone worn 10 since coming to the Raptors? Or
I don't
since
know.
DeMar left the Raptors?
Well, it's funny because after Vince left, everybody wore 15. They're like, hey, Bennett, want it?
Bennett,
Did Greg Steamsma wear it? So, yo, Steamsies, want it?
I think Andy Rounds might have worn 15.
Yo,
in training
15
camp,
was
man.
up for grabs, man.
Yo,
Nobody in MLSE was like, yo, no, don't touch that. Yeah.
The Celtics are like, whoa, yo, we're retired freaking Larry Tannenbaum's number, but we can't retire Vince's number.
The
like
funniest is
that.
after
Vince,
Kawhi.
10 is going up, man. No one's worn 10 since then.
We can debate that another day. Yeah, the funny thing too is like after Kawhi left,
Mm-hmm.
didn't who took 2 right after?
No,
Somebody took.
we replaced him with like
Was
well
it no
Stanley
Jalen
Johnson.
Harrison?
Stanley Johnson I think wore no Stanley Johnson wore 2
Did
because
Jalen
OG
Harris
wore
wear
3.
2? I thought
Jalen
it
Harris
was-
wore 2 as well.
Yeah.
Jalen McDaniels wore 2. Like we're treating 2 like it's nothing, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Do we have a 2 on our squad right now, Mobo? No.
Yeah, Mobile's wearing 2.
Oh
right
my god, man. Come on, man. Serious players only, man. Please.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I don't know if okay. I don't want to retire Kawhi's jersey right now, but so Jalen Harris, Jalen McDaniels, and Jonathan Mobile are the 3 guys that have worn it
That's
since.
got to be the worst like trio to come after a franchise level player, man.
Do you think Kawhi's gonna come? Oh my god, yo, no beef with Eric Moreland, bro.
Yo.
No beef.
Yo, I'm
No,
telling you,
man.
man. They
Eric.
toss 15 to every wash big man
This
that
ain't
came
TSN,
through,
bro.
man. Holy.
I'm saying.
All right. Speaking of heated rivalries, Thunder Spurs, lined up again this week, and
Sick.
after the Spurs beat OKC 3 times, I think within like a 12-day span, last month, OKC, they seem locked in this time around, wanted to make a statement,
They
blew out the
clapped them.
Spurs at home, and there was a big discussion afterwards about whether the Spurs and Thunder are a rival, and your favorite player, Jalen Williams,
Yes, sir.
not the Asian guy, Dub, Jalen Dub Williams was
He
asked
played well.
whether this was a rivalry, and here's what he had to say after the game.
Rivalry stuff, I don't get caught up into it and all that other stuff. I think the more that we like talk about it and try and force like a rivalry and like, is it a rivalry? If you got to ask, it probably ain't one yet. So that's my mindset going into it. Like, you don't really have to guess if like the old Lakers and Celtics was a rivalry or like the Pistons and Bulls was a rivalry, because you just know. So if you got to ask, probably not yet.
You know what? I don't hate this. I was
Did he
expecting
make-
some
did he
cringy
make
ass
a point?
answer. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be like, "Is your mom and dad a rivalry?" You know what I mean? Like some sassy ass answer like that. So,
Did Dub make a point?
yeah, I do think that like there is definitely an urgency and like an outside pressure to like force a rivalry, which I feel like kind of undercuts a rivalry. You know, because like you have to have people irrationally hating each other for that to be a rivalry. Right?
We're
So-
getting there. We're getting there with this team, with these 2 teams.
No, and I do think it's organically getting there, but I do think that like forcing them to sort of hate each other makes them kind of like realize how silly of a situation it is.
Do you
there's a
think-
natural
yeah.
pushback with that? Yeah.
Do you think with rivalries, like the number 1 rule is you have to have faced off in the playoffs?
Yeah, playoffs, or there's like some sort of like big event, like if
Like
your
Malice at the Palace.
yeah, there you go. Like Malice at the Palace qualifies as a big event,
Yeah.
or if like your star player left one team to go to the other
This
one, like
is what
OKC and
this is
Golden
what Bill
State.
would call a Black Swan event. Yeah.
Oh man, I was
know-
wondering when Bill was gonna come up. It's been a while, man. Yeah, like you might need something else like that, but yeah, I think a playoff series would really help. Go.
Does
a long way.
Giannis ripping a game ball from the Pacers count
Yeah,
as a
that counts.
rivalry?
That counts. That's an actual rivalry. I mean, even taking
Okay.
Miles Turner from them was kind of part of that rivalry. Although, I mean, dog, imagine selling all out just to get Miles Turner. Man, I'm sorry.
Do the
Whatever.
Raptors have a real rival right now?
Yeah, because I think that like as much as right now Philadelphia obviously with their talent can come into Toronto and just like wipe the floor. I also think that there's some extra heat every single time the Raptors play the Sixers, and the part of that is because they played each other 3 times in the playoffs, which probably is the opponent the Raptors have faced the most in the postseason in terms of history wise. But like, yeah, I mean, you have Nick Nurse going on the other side. You have Joel Embiid, who the fans, like, you don't have to urge the fans to boo Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? You're in the building. Like, everyone was booing Joel every time he's at the free throw line. So, I think as long as the fans feel that heat, I think the players have to feel it too. And maybe it lasts across generations because, like, to be honest, like, no one's even around for the whole, like, Nick Nurse beef or the whole, like, Raptors Sixers 2019 thing. Like, literally no one's around from that. But there is still that sense of, like, urgency when you see them. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah,
But-
no, that's fair.
But Thunder Spurs will be a great rivalry because like they're going to be 2 great teams in the West for a long time, and they're going to see each other all the time. And I want them to beef with each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want them to fight each other necessarily because like there's not a lot of fighters on both sides. I'm not going to lie, but like just playing really intense games, like it's just like the NBA Cup. Like I want more of that, and I think Wemby's been like the major proponent of it. Do you know what I mean? Like he's the guy who keeps driving it.
No, for sure. And you could tell from the game this week too. Like it did get very physical between the two teams, and like for me, it reminds me a little bit. Could be similar to like when LeBron. I mean, they were in different conferences, but it's like the LeBron versus Warriors, like in the finals. It's kind of like best player versus like best team type.
Sure.
Because like you would argue, OKC obviously still has the better team, but Wemby's coming. He has a really good team around him too. I would even argue like for the Thunder, like the Nuggets might be the bigger rival too. I mean, they just had a 7-game series with them last playoffs, but there's not as much bad blood I think there.
It's not much bad blood.
It's just more respect.
Yo, by the way, the Nuggets, man. I feel like when Jokic comes back, like the Nuggets have been crazy good. Like
Payne Watson, no longer of Hotels.com. Like
Payne Watson, like he's turning into Paul George all of a sudden. Like
they had to make Mike Malone sit on the panel yesterday talking about how great the Nuggets bench is now.
They're like, look at these young guys. Mike Malone's like, what? Who?
Yo, Malone has a segment called "Keeping It Real," but REEL, where he breaks down film.
Oh,
you know what?
Get out of here.
No. You know what? I like that one.
Really?
On a scale of nothing but Sportsnet to 10, that's like a 7 for me.
Once again, I once wrote for a poem in English class in 10th grade, is Israel real? I real Israel eels. And the teacher legit told me to take my life more seriously.
No, the Nuggets...
And that's what this feels like, man.
No,
realize ass segment.
Nuggets are a problem, man. Jamal Murray randomly having like his like best regular season.
Hey, Jamal got to go to the All-Star game, man.
He has to.
He's been hooping. He was great last night, too.
Yo, Tim Hardaway Jr., man. THJ.
Yo, THJ.
Yeah. Even Aaron Gordon, of course, he's come back.
Zeke Naji all of a sudden is decent now.
Yes,
when
they got a Spencer Jones. Yeah.
Spencer Jones, Curtis Jones. Like,
they just got to get Jokic healthy, and that to me is still the biggest challenger.
Yeah, Christian Brown. Like they got, like I trust everybody in their team. Like it's rare to have a team like that, but I trust everybody in the team, and they have the best player in the world.
Doug, we didn't even mention like Cam Johnson, which was like their big pickup. This offseason, right? He's still out right now.
Whatever,
He's been a little disappointing.
He's been disappointing,
both on the court and as a replacement on Old Man in the 3. So.
Yikes. Yeah. Young man in the 3.
Rebrand. Like,
Young man.
JJ Redick just bailing on pods. Anyways, I consider Spurs Thunder to be a budding rivalry.
Okay. I look forward to all those guys, beefing with each other. Because, the West is, like, incredible year after year. So, but, I mean, I think it's really just Wemby hating Chet. That's actually, like, the only beef I really sense in the whole situation.
But we got a little Wemby Caruso now. Like, I feel like they've gone back and forth a little bit, So.
I'm with you, man. Watching Caruso and Lou Dort together, just because the Raptors are gonna play the Thunder, I think later this month. Like, I'm already like pissed off ahead of time with the non-calls.
Hey, man, shouts to our guy AJ Mitchell, man. Yeah, he's been hooping whenever he's gotten
It's gonna be a lot of AJ Mitchell versus Elijah Martin and AJ Lawson. Garbage time.
That's giving me life. All right, next up,
life gives you lemons, ass team.
7th annual are the Clippers back segment. So Clippers started 6-21. The sky was falling. I think Ty Lue was on the hot seat.
Bro,
everyone's
like saying that the Thunder were gonna get AJ DeBanta just off of this alone.
Yes, the Banter. Banter. Yo,
AJ
more
DeBanta pod. Yo, sick.
The Banter?
We gotta go to Toronto.
So 6-21, sky was falling, can we even trade Kawhi? Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do with James Harden? Since then, Clippers have won 11 of 13.
Yep.
They're now right there. They're right there for the play-in, and I think they're gonna jump a few teams here. I think they're gonna jump.
They
the
have
Grizzlies.
already been, yeah.
They're gonna jump Portland. They could even jump Phoenix, even though I should give Phoenix some respect.
Phoenix has been decent. Phoenix is kind of like the Raptors of the West.
Yeah, so. I keep waiting for Phoenix to fall, and I don't think they will.
No, they just win every game. It's unbelievable. Great coach over there, man.
Yeah, they beat my Wizards last night. Kawhi's averaging like 32, 6 and 5 in like the last 12 games here. Clippers, man. Are they the team no one wants to see in the first round? Hey, they took the Nuggets to 7 last year, man.
Well, you got to ask that question about the first round because the Clippers ain't never going to the second round. So.
I'm just saying, if you're Denver again, if you're OKC, if you're the Spurs.
You know what? I would love to see a Clippers versus Thunder. Like play for the for your draft pick.
No, but even Clippers Spurs with the Kawhi angle.
Clippers, Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson's gonna get on the mic mid-game and be like, "Stop booing him." Remember when Pop did that? What happened?
Honestly, Pop, come on, man. That was tough.
weird.
Let the fans boo Kawhi.
That was weird.
He literally backstabbed the organization.
Hey, Clippers, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
So,
Scary hours.
possibly.
So Kawhi's had a 50 burger. He had a 55 points against the Pistons, which, by the way, beating the Pistons is already pretty impressive on itself. But 55 on the Pistons. He had 45 against Utah. He's coming off 2 straight games of 35 against Charlotte and 33 against Washington. Like, no, he's been cooking, man, and like he's like scaled up his usage. He's also making every single shot too. Like, I mean, this is Kawhi, so it's not a surprise, but like basically a 50-40-90 guy still at this point in his career. He's averaging 28 points per game this season, shooting 49.7% from the field, 39.9% from 3-point range, and he's actually the league's best free throw shooter. He's at 94%. At one point, I think he made like 45 straight free throws or something like that. Like, he's just been incredible across the board. And obviously, like, we know it's Kawhi, right? But like, yeah, he's like single-handedly dragged this team back into relevancy. But of course, you know that if he's expending this much energy now, it means he's going to break down eventually.
Well, it's literally the exact same question every year. It's like, can you get this 12-game stretch like in April and May? You know, like if you were to tell me that these are the numbers Kawhi's going to put up, because like honestly, he had some quiet games last year against Denver in that first round. Like he was very up and down.
Games.
He was very up and down, and again, James Harden couldn't overcome the big game accusations.
Unbelievable. Sometimes you got to prove it to me 10 times that you can't come through, man.
Yo, fool me 17 times, man. It's on me. Honestly.
You fool me, you can't fool me again.
Yo, this guy's fooled me for 2 decades across like 4 teams. Man.
That's unbelievable.
I'm just saying.
You should get his freaking Hall of Fame induction speech, man.
You get the right Kawhi. You get big game James. Hey, you don't want to see these Clippers, man. I'm just saying. Are you buying in? Yeah.
I'm not buying into anything.
You're buying no Clippers stock?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right.
No. This team is really old, and I'm waiting for them to get injured again, and it's sad. I think we've seen this story before. But I ask you, though, would you trade for Kawhi Leonard again? Because I remember earlier the year I asked you, IQ and RJ for Kawhi. First off, they will never do that right now. Second of all, you know, would you put that AD package together for Kawhi Leonard? Imagine having Scottie, Brandon, and Kawhi Leonard, man.
Honestly, man, this is one of those situations where you might not want to remarry your ex-wife again. I gotta be rational about this.
We come in full circle.
No, like we had the best of times, you know, we had the worst of times. You know, him leaving, all of that stuff. It's like might be best to just leave that in the rear view. You know?
Really?
You might think the reunion might get you, you know, good times again, but I don't know. Yeah.
Damn.
You're dealing with the same problems if Kawhi comes here, man.
I loved having Kawhi problems, man. I love those.
Yeah, but we had Kawhi problems when we had a wonderful, like an incredible roster around him. So this is different. So the answer is still no. Yeah. This might be the biggest sign of growth from me, because I've been begging for Kawhi for years.
I know, man. Street saying Alex's therapist.
I'm literally talking to her in half an hour.
Yeah, we got to wrap the pod so you can therapize.
Yeah. Anyways, one more Clipper note here. As you know, former Clipper Chris Paul is currently without a team.
Oh, word?
And I'm sort of dying laughing at this. He was on Amazon Prime talking to Kevin Hart and Keaton Thompson. So here's a clip of Chris Paul on Prime.
Oh man. What's Chris Paul? What's a polar bear doing in Texas right
Sorry, guys, I forgot to grab that clip. I'm gonna go grab that right now.
Yeah. While Jerome grabs it, I mean the basic premise of the clip is that they were just, you know, asking him like, hey, like, what's your deal? And he's like, I hope I can get on another team. Like he's still working out. Oh man, like I'm a CP defender, but oh my god, it's just this got to be the saddest farewell tour ever, man.
Yo,
you on Prime talking to Kevin Hart. You on Prime, Keaton Thompson. Am I getting his name right?
Yeah, yo, shout out to Keaton Thompson, bro.
No,
SNL
like,
legend, man.
You're supposed to be like guarding like Amen Thompson. You talking to Keaton Thompson, like. There's no way. This is like, here's the clip.
Here's the clip. Oh, I can't wait.
You done playing? Do you feel like you're done with it? And I mean, look, you want to announce a comeback or any plans that you have, anything that we can use as cutting edge information. Okay? And by the way, we're not here to manipulate any situation.
at all.
Okay? So you can go look in that camera and say whatever you got to say.
Or not.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Listen, I'm working out and training every day.
Okay.
Right? In all honesty, with the way all that stuff went down and all that, I think for me, I just love this game so much that I don't want it to end like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, he low-key got the doctor.
I've enjoyed the time.
I've
I've enjoyed the time for sure. You know what I'm saying? I get a chance to go to my kids' games, but I don't know yet. So I don't know what team I hope to finish with.
We didn't get shit. We didn't get nothing. Okay.
We got nothing. We got nothing.
Very polished. He's a polished professional.
Okay.
Yo, why does that studio look like the score office?
Which team? Give me one team that could sign Chris Paul. That should sign Chris Paul. Pick him up. Pick him up the rest of the season.
NBA Prime. He already on the right team.
It's dry January for CP right now.
He should be hooping on that LED court with Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki and Blake
I'm just
Griffin
saying this is
and
this
Taylor
is like
Rooks.
this is like if LeBron wraps up his final season and he's sitting down with like Ronnie Chang and like Joe, man.
Here's
They're
the
like,
issue.
yo, what's your deal?
Here's the issue. He ain't Bron. He's not even close to Bron.
This is the point guard, man. I can't believe he's going out like this, man.
No, I mean, you look at, remember when it was Dirk's last year and it was Dwayne Wade's last year. I think they were leaving the league together or something at the same time. And they both got ceremonial All-Star game appearances.
And the game's at
everyone
Intuit
loved
Dome.
them.
He didn't even make it to that.
Dog, it was at home for him. Everything was set up, and he lost a beef to Jeff Van Gundy. I don't think I've ever seen any franchise legend lose a beef to the assistant coach.
Oh my god, man.
Jeff Van
Anyways,
Gundy wasn't even there 2 years ago. This guy was on ESPN being like, oh, I don't know about, I want to change this rule.
anyways, I hope
sorry, man.
I hope
Chris
one of
Paul's
these
so funny, man.
I hope one of these NBA teams makes a chill choice and picks up Chris Paul for the rest of the season.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say because it's funny you say that because like Chris Paul has never made the chill choice ever in his lifetime. You know what I mean? Instead of beefing with Jeff Van Gundy, he could have been making the chill choice with Coors Light. Yeah. I mean, for Chris Paul, I mean, he's not doing much right now. You know what I mean? He's chilling. He's training and working out, but you can also work out and stay in great tip-top shape with a couple of Coors Light as well. Chris, like many of us, at nighttime, 7 p.m. rolls around, you're like, man, what's on League Pass right now? Let me turn it on. And yeah, enjoying that time with a Coors Light, I think is perfect. You put that thing in the fridge ahead of time, you take it out, the mountain turns blue. You already know the beer is as cold as refreshing as the Rockies themselves. So when the game heats up, why not make the chill choice, Chris? Yo, listen, make the chill choice. Go to Amazon Prime, but make the chill choice. Grab a crisp, refreshing Coors Light. Find Coors Light near you. Visit CoorsLightShop.ca. Celebrate responsibly, and you must be of legal drinking age. Which Chris Paul, I think he's twice the legal drinking age at this point, so he's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anyway,
man.
here's another message from one of our beloved sponsors. What's good, everybody? It's Will Liu from the Hello and Welcome podcast, and this is my co-host, Alex Wong. We have the best job in the world. We travel a lot to cover the game of basketball.
Yeah, man, we're everywhere. Me and Jerome, we've been to Calgary to cover the Raptors at training camp. We've been to Summer League, All-Star Weekend. And every time we go, man, we go on Airbnb and we're able to, just look up places that I think work for us because we want to be in neighborhoods where we can, embed ourselves in the city and learn more about it.
Yeah, and, with Airbnb, the options there, way more space, way more privacy, and definitely better locations to be in those neighborhoods and sort of live like a local. And also very underrated, but personal space is very necessary on these road trips.
No, for sure, man. For all the time that we spend together, working together, you just want that downtime, have our own rooms, have our own showers and stuff. But I think, the good thing about Airbnb too is we're able to find spaces where there's common areas where we can hang out in the living room and be able to record and then just go to the games.
Yeah, most importantly, after all that work is done, we go out and we find the local bars and restaurants that are definitely the favorites in that area. And, by the way, pro tip, speaking of favorites, when we traveled to Raptors Sixers last year, we found a great home on Airbnb using the guest favorites feature. This is a badge that actually shows you the highest rated and most loved homes on Airbnb, ensuring that, we found exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, man, that's the way to go, man. Book a stay with Airbnb and find out why it's the best way to travel. By the way, first person to DM me a photo of themselves at Table Fair Social with a wedge salad, send you merch. Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Find me
word?
on IG. Yeah.
Hey, it's right across the street.
Right across the arena. I went there yesterday.
Right across the arena.
Yeah, had some food. All right, 10 minutes for me, okay? Before we go, a couple
Sick.
topics here. Earlier this month, Zach LaVine became one of only 5 players with a career plus minus of minus 2,000 or worse.
He's Andre minus 2,000.
That's so good. So
He's 2 stacks.
So he's currently, when I pulled this list up earlier this week, he was at minus 2009. This guy's living in minus 2009. He's Fergie.
He's the audio and video.
So I pulled up the list of the top 10 biggest losers in NBA history based on plus minus. This only goes back to 1996-97. That's when they started tracking this.
Yeah.
So let's see how many of these you can get. I'll give you some hints along the way. The all-time leader was a former Raptor show guest.
What?
Yep.
A former Raptor
You
show
spoke
guest.
to him. Yeah.
Thad Young?
Nope. Not a former Raptor, but a former Raptor show guest.
A former Raptor show guest.
Yeah, I can. Okay, here. Quick hit.
Sharif.
Yes, Sharif
Yes, with the
Abdur-Rahim.
Grizzlies. Yes.
Now working with Mark Valena at minus 2,896. Loser. Okay, next up is Ricky Davis at 2,354.
The rights of Ricky Davis.
And then the next two are former Raptors, a big and a guard.
A big and a guard that played a long time, because you had to play a long time in the league to lose.
And you got to be on some bad teams.
Bargnani?
Nope. So this guy had a monster game in the 2016 conference finals right before my divorce.
Okay.
Big man.
Why is it coming up so often, man?
Big man.
He was formerly on the Raptors.
Monster game.
Oh, Bismack Biyombo.
Yes, Bismack Biyombo.
Oh, yeah, because he played with the Hornets.
Yeah.
Or the Bobcats. Yeah.
2,227.
I need a Cats jersey, by the way, man. I need that Gerald Henderson, and it just says Cats in the front.
Honestly, that's a sick jersey.
Yeah, it just
I want a
said
Corey
Cats.
Maggette Clippers jersey for our LA trip.
Okay.
Jarrett Jack is next at 2,029. Zach LaVine,
Sick.
as we mentioned, minus 2,009.
Okay.
Number 6, he's currently on the Hornets. Just recently
Plumlee?
joined the Hornets. Guard.
Recently joined the Hornets. Sexton.
Yes, Colin Sexton.
Damn, Sexton's one of the losingest players ever.
I guess he was on the Jazz before?
Oh, I mean, he was on the Jazz. He was on the Cavs when they were terrible. I remember it was Sexland.
Yeah. Minus 1952.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then next up, shouts to my guy Eddie Curry, minus 1890.
Goodness, man.
Jeff Green, minus 1868.
Really? Jeff Green?
Yeah. And then number 9 is a big man that you and Jerome debate sometimes or discuss on flights.
Al Jefferson?
Yep, minus
Al
1806.
Jefferson was not a problem? Al Jefferson was not a problem. Damn.
And then Juwan Howard at minus 1773.
So honestly, some of these guys, I don't feel like they're that bad. This is not like the 10 worst players, because you have to be good enough to stay in the league.
No, like
to then keep losing your minutes.
LaVine is a decent enough player, but I feel like this stat does reflect his career.
Hey, by the way, did you see the stat that was floating around recently too of like who had the best plus minus in the Eastern Conference over like from the 2010 to 2020 basically?
Well, was it Kyle?
No, I mean the best player obviously was LeBron. LeBron was like plus 4,000 or 50 or something like that.
Was Kyle in there?
Kyle was second. He was second.
there we go.
Only LeBron.
Yeah. No,
And
Raptors were one of the winningest teams during that stretch.
And because of Kyle, because like you look at the rest of the team and like you had to go a while until you got to DeMar DeRozan. You had to go a while. By the way, the second one of the second highest Raptor in that time. There's no way you'll ever guess it.
Patrick Patterson.
It is Patrick Patterson.
Yeah. Yo, don't doubt my ball knowledge.
Wow, this guy really remembers who was the plus minus demon. But
they
Patrick
used
Patterson
to
was like a legit
they used to
Kyle
gas
Lowry
up his plus minus all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, but he hesitates to shoot threes in big moments.
Yeah, so the list goes LeBron at plus 4,614. Kyle Lowry second at 2,187, which is incredible. LeBron's double the closest next component. Kyle Korver's after that at 2,149. Then Al Horford, Chris
Kyle
Bosh,
Korver
Dwayne
was
Wade,
a passenger.
Mario
sorry.
Chalmers, Paul Pierce,
Oh,
Paul
speaking
George,
of passengers,
George Hill.
No, man,
Ray
you gotta.
Allen, Dwight Howard, Patrick Patterson, Kevin Love, Kevin Garnett, and Kyrie Irving.
So these are like 7 of LeBron's teammates, and then 4 great players,
And then a bunch of Hawks because the Hawks won
yeah,
a
a
lot.
bunch
and
of
then the Raptors.
Hawks. So the Hawks won 60 every year.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's very
God.
damning that DeMar's not on this list at all, by the way.
That's
Like
what I'm
Patrick
saying, when
Patterson
you-
being above DeMar is kind of nuts. but
When you
whatever.
keep saying 10's gonna get retired, like
Yeah.
I love DeMar, but
No, you're getting retired, man. No one's worn 10 cents, man.
anyways,
And we
those
feel
are your,
guilt. That's the thing. We feel a little guilty, you know?
yeah, those are your biggest losers. I think at the end of each season, I'm gonna see who the biggest losers were that season.
I like that.
Yeah, in terms of the plus minus, but it's just gonna be like the whole Jazz
Wait,
team.
who's like the worst team in who's got the worst plus minus? It might be Zach LaVine. Honestly.
It could be Levine, man.
I think it's LaVine if I had to guess.
No, it could be Levine.
I'll look it up as you present the last segment.
Yeah, last segment here. So, people might be familiar with Subway Takes.
Yeah.
The segment where my boy, is it Kareem? Yeah, goes around, talks to people on the subway. Anyways, he was recently in the UK with comedian Grace Campbell.
Oh, he's in
and
the tube. We did
And
the
I wanted,
takes.
tube takes, actually, that's what they call it. And I
Okay.
wanted to play this video for you and see if you 100% agree or disagree. It's about destination weddings.
Okay.
When people who had destination weddings get divorced, they should reimburse you for how much you spent on their wedding.
100% agree. Yeah, you go to Mexico, you pay $4,000.
You take out a credit card, you buy flights, you pay for accommodation, you get an outfit, and then you get there and you have to buy them a gift.
I would never buy a gift.
Well, I know, but then they get annoyed if you don't get
No,
them
no,
a gift.
no.
'cause
The gift
weddings-
is my presence.
And then they get divorced, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm still paying off how much it cost me to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Agree, 100% agree, 100% disagree, man.
I disagree. Listen, if they're your friend, if they're your loved one, you got to eat the L's for them, man.
Yeah, I mean, your loved one is eating an L through the divorce. Like, what are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
you're like, hey, buddy, but listen, I know you got bigger things to deal with right now. I know you just got your net worth cut in half, but also can I have my money back?
I did feel personally guilty though. When,
Oh yeah, because
when
you
the-
did have a destination wedding, right?
Yeah, this is literally me. Yeah. So yes, for the backstory, yeah, I had a destination wedding in Maui, and I did feel bad when the divorce happened. I'm like, man, I wasted all my friends' time and energy to come there. But then I feel like we had such a good trip that there were still
Yeah.
memories to take from it. You know,
For
what I mean?
sure, man.
Yeah, and nobody was like, oh man, like at least they didn't say it to my face, like, man, what a waste of time.
You don't think John was like, yo,
Yeah.
come on, man.
John was like, man, I could have been chilling in North York, man. I could have gone to
Why'd you
Del.
have to pull me to Maui?
I could have gone to Del Gange.
What a pull.
No, but I 100% disagree, and I didn't
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
last point of her being like, "Oh, I go to a destination nation wedding, only know one person." First of all, you shouldn't be going to weddings to committing money to go to a wedding where you only know one person.
This is the thing. If you too broke to go to the destination wedding, it's okay. It's not for you, man.
No, but it's like, and also destination weddings for me, they shouldn't be so big. Like for me, it was like
Yes.
20 people, like 5 friends on my side, 5 friends on her
Yeah.
side, and some family, and that's
This
it.
guy lived out the forgetting Sarah Marshall plot. Who is your Mila Kunis on this trip? Mila Kunis was a problem. Anyway.
Oh man, she's still a problem. But anyways, I 100% disagree with this, and just wanted to put that out there, man. For all my destination weddingers,
Yeah.
you should never feel bad. For all my destination wedding divorcers,
Yeah.
you should never feel bad.
And this one of my other hot takes is if you're gonna do a destination wedding, it gotta be a destination. It can't just be like, yo, we're going to Vegas. We're going to Chicago. or
Well,
something.
it's really funny to me because
for the bachelor party, absolutely. Bachelor party, go to Vegas, go to Chicago.
No, but this is my
the
thing.
destination can't just be like a drive away. It has to be. You have to go on a flight to go to this destination.
this is my thing. Why are bachelor and bachelorette party destinations so sleazy, but then actual wedding destinations have to be so nice? Like the disconnect is crazy.
No,
to
you're
me.
supposed to. It's supposed to be like an exorcism in a way. You know what I mean? You get
Yeah.
you get all the evil out of you, and then you're done. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
trust me, man. You go to Vegas, you get that evil in you, man. Anyways, great point here in the chat. Wait, I can't find it now. Somebody said, "Why do people get married anyways?"
Yo, because it's expensive, man. It's expensive to live. Here's the real reason you get married, okay? You double your income. Boom. That's the real reason.
Oh man. So this is a financial play for you.
Now, for a lot of people, it is. I mean, obviously, it's also for love
This guy's
and
been
support.
watching a lot of 90 Day Fiance, man.
No, but I'm just saying, like, okay, imagine you're like renting a 1-bedroom apartment in Toronto, right? Maybe you got 1 bedroom in it. That's $2,200 right off the bat. You know what I mean? So, like, if you had another person to live in that 1 bedroom with you, again, comfortably, your rent goes down to $1,100. So, like, I'm just saying, like,
man, this guy's stringer belling the concept of marriage.
Oh, am I the first person to tell people that weddings and marriages are financial?
Hey, when I think about marriage, it comes from a pure place, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you're making a chill choice,
love,
man.
You know, of companionship.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, that's it. We'll see you next week, guys.
Well, 2 last things, super quick
damn.
before we go. Jerome, you have the hoodie up here.
Oh,
the W hoodie, the HWW hoodie.
The
that I've been
Tempo.
rocking.
The Toronto Tempo colorway hoodie.
Well, it just happens to be purple and a little light blue. You know what I mean?
I got Toronto Tempo employees hitting me up to get a free hoodie. So don't
No,
cease and
totally
desist
fair.
your own.
We just don't officially have it listed as that. I went back and forth. Shout out
the
Maddie,
W hoodie.
who helps us with all our merch. Maddie put it up while we were doing this show live, but we were going back and forth, and she's like, "Can you call it the Hello and Welcome Women's Basketball Hoodie?" I was like, "No."
Yeah, W hoodie I think is fire. I like W.
Yeah, because it's a W hoodie.
Right.
Yeah, it's a W hoodie.
Right. I like this.
And go to nationshop.ca.
Yep.
And go find the Hello and Welcome tab, and you can grab the hoodie there.
Yeah.
We'll see
Little
what
H
they
dub. And
It's really nice hoodie. Yeah.
Super lasting, but speaking of marriages and everything like that. Golden State's Jonathan Kuminga's demanded a trade.
That's not a final thing for the show.
No player has deserved less attention than Jonathan Kuminga. Like, it's insane to me.
So this is the funny thing.
Why are we talking about
to
this?
take people into media?
This is
Okay.
insane.
Usually, if a news is like breaking and a story is like happening live, okay, and it's like urgency to it and it's big news, the reporter will just tweet out the thing first. Like Shams will just be like, "Breaking: Jonathan Kuminga's demanded a trade." Sources tell ESPN, right? And that'll be the whole tweet. The fact that they wrote a whole story in conjunction with Anthony V. Slater, they're like, "We know this has been happening. This is a PR release, man."
Oh yeah, shouts to Slater. Forgot to mention him on the media
of course.
goats.
Come on. Slater's first team All Warriors beat, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We know that, man.
Anyways, Raptors play the Clippers tomorrow, and we'll see you next week.